Hi, everybody. It's me, Beth Maitland from Drama Queen Bee Quilt Studio, and I'm back with another quick tutorial for an upcoming class that I'm teaching. We're going to be making beautiful slow stitched crossbody bags, and we're going to talk today about making the straps and learning how to construct rope or cable or cord out of strips of fabric. These will be our straps for class, and we'll learn the process there. But once again, this is an opportunity for me to give a little bit of backup support for my students when they get home and decide that they can't remember exactly how to do it. So we start with 1-inch strips, and this is a great place to use up scraps. I've curated these based on the colors of the kits that I'm pulling for our crossbody bags. I'm doing some green tones, I'm doing some pink tones. So basically I tear them so that there's extra little frayed fabric poking out, and I just love the shabby chic sort of look that brings. You can cut them if you prefer, but what you need to do is start with 2 strips, and I try to do contrasting ones, but you can make them match. You can do it any way you choose. And I'm just taking away some of the little streamers, little scraps of weave from the fabric. And both of these are cut with the fabric, so both of them have the selvage attached. So I'm going to tie my knot a little bit away from the selvage so that I can go back and trim my little tails to points, which I like as a little design element, almost like a tassel. And then I make a nice tight knot. Those I'll trim off in a few minutes when we get underway and I have my scissors nearby. Okay, so this is super simple and super unintimidating, I hope. You take the strip that is on the top, you just lay them sort of flat, pinch it. I like to try to pinch it with the print of the fabric out, and then you give it 3 or 4 twists, and then you pull it towards you. These twists happen away from you, so you're turning the top fiber away and then pulling it over the top of the lower fiber towards you. So we're twisting away and pulling it toward us, twisting it away and pulling it over the top of the second strip toward us. And you can see that they're sort of twining upon themselves. When you're sitting at a chair watching television doing this, it's very addicting. Or when you're at your sewing station and you're not sitting at a table, these ends can sort of be flowing toward the ground and they won't get twisted up like you can see mine are getting. So I'm just straightening them up so that you can be on camera and see this. So remember, we're twisting away from our body with the upper strip. Oh, gotta tidy this up a little bit. I'm getting all tangled up. So we, whoops. I hope everybody's having a good day while I untangle my strips. Coming into the weekend. Where I am, it's a Friday. Okay, so twist this upper strip away from your body 2, 3, 4 times. Pull it towards you over the lower strip. Now it's the upper strip. Twist away 2 or 3, 4 times, and then pull it towards your body over the top. Twist away, pull towards you. Twist away, and pull towards you. And you can see this couldn't be easier. There's loads of other tutorials on how to do this, including putting this in some kind of a jig and then tying an end to a drill and letting the machine do the work for you. But honestly, we just need a crossbody bag strap. So if you become, proficient at making rope and finding other things to do, like other projects, making rope bowls or making rope mats, like placemats, then of course, maybe you'll want to employ a drill. But right now we're doing it by hand. Now, I always keep a little clip or a clothespin when I'm in between work or when the phone rings and I need to take a call or whatever. So when I'm stepping away, and I just put a little clamp on there. And now, as you can see, I've gone and got a few more supplies, and we're going to learn what happens when you run out of a strip. You can use this as a design element, but I'd go about 3 inches from where my clip is or where the end of my braid is, and trim off the salvage. In this case, I'm trimming off a little fabric too, so I can show you how we add on our next piece. I'm going to trim off the salvage of that too, and I'm going to overlap them, both sides, good side facing up. So both prints facing up. This is not a case where we're going to make a seam that we turn out. It's just going to get twisted into our rope. So right now I'm using pearl cotton, the same stuff I use for my fabric collaging, but you can use construction thread, sewing machine cotton, anything you have handy. And I start at the lower edge, and I do this like I'm making binding strips for a quilt. I tack a back stitch to secure it, and just running stitch at the diagonal towards the upper edge. So basically I'm making a diagonal join with both of my good sides of the fabric facing up, and then as I pull it flat, and then I take a tacking stitch at the top and tie off. This takes just a couple of minutes. I've seen people just try to fold in the new strip and just do it in the twist. But frankly, especially because these are for purses or crossbody bags that might be holding something, I don't want this to come apart. I don't want my strands to come apart. So I'm going to sew them down to secure them. And then I go in and I take off that little triangle, because I don't want to build up bulk in my rope and have what looks like a knot later on in my rope. And then I do the bottom piece too. I just take off that extra triangle at the join that we're not going to need. And again, this is sort of like attaching binding strips. Now I've got a lovely diagonal stitch to secure both the new one to the old one. It also, trimming those off and sewing it at a diagonal, keeps from building up bulk. If you were going to do a perpendicular seam, it would build up a bunch of bulk all in one place. And this spreads it out over 1.5 inches or so as we proceed with our twist. So again, we take off our clip, we're ready to go back to work. We twist away from our body 2 or 3 or 4 times. Cross over toward our body over the other strip. Twist the strip away from our body, and then over toward us across the lower strip. And it makes the lower strip the upper strip 2 or 3 times away and then toward us. And now we're back in business. And we're getting to the join, and you'll just see the process continues. Just ignore it, pretend it's not there. It's secured by stitches, so you don't have to worry about it coming apart, and just twist it into place, and just like you've been doing. And pretty soon it will be covered entirely with the other strand, with the other strip of fabric, and woven into our fabric rope or cable or cord. Anyway, I'll show you in a second when we get past the join, but it couldn't be easier. And so as you see, again, this is reference for my students. Remember how we did this in class, we learned this in class, but in case you need a reminder, and for those of you that like a quick tutorial that gives us a little thing to do while we're sitting watching television in the evening, or watching a movie, or listening to a book on tape. And as you can see, there's a little bit of a buildup, just slight, but it's just part of our rope cable now, and it's not going to come apart. It's sewn down. Nothing's going to come unsewn. It's all twisted in, and off we go. When I get to the end, because this is going to be for a strap, I'm going to tie it off in the same way that we tied off the beginning. I'm just going to get to the bottom of this, and I'm going to tie it off into a little knot, and I'm going to trim at a diagonal my little tails to make what looks like a little bit of a tassel, and then that is going to get sewn to the sides of the seams of our crossbody bags. But like I said, you can use this rope for all kinds of things, including making rope or textile bowls or bases for bowls. You can use it for making placemats. You basically start in the center and make a spiral. You can do it on your sewing machine, or you can do it by hand. You just tack the one layer of rope to the next layer of rope. On the machine, you use a zigzag stitch. But that's another tutorial for another day. This is our strap finished. and it looks fantastic, very shabby chic, very tattery, but still very secure, very strong, and very tough. And it's just two strips, 2 or 3 1-inch strips of fabric torn into strips. I just love this process. Addicting, scrap busting, easy, fun, and instant gratification. Good luck. These are our straps for a couple of our colorways. There'll be a third colorway, I think, for class. All right, everybody, we'll see you next time. It's Beth Maitland with Drama Queen Bee Quilts.